Well, we'll see what they can do. Picks and bans. Game number 1, KT Rolster versus Incredible Miracle, and the Corky ban coming out against Sonstar right off the bat.
Bit odd.
Yeah, it is a bit odd of a ban. Sonstar, more known for his Lucian play really than anything else, AD carry-wise.
The one thing that's interesting about Corky, however, is that is by far the best champion if you want your support to roam, especially in the lane swap, because Corky is so self-sufficient against the top laner, or really against anybody in a 1v1. So taking that away means that they may be trying to tie Tucson into his lane or into the top laner's lane in a lane swap, so they don't have to deal with quite so much movement from the enemy support on the map. Rek'Sai, forced ban down.
Yep, and Cassiopeia, of course, also banned out against Frozen. And there's the LeBlanc ban. Okay, one of Nagne's staple picks for a while now.
Yeah, he, I believe, is 2 and 7 overall on that LeBlanc pickup, though. So while he's been selecting it, it hasn't seen a high degree of success, at least translating into match wins for KT.
I wonder if they're maybe kind of set up, or trying to set up a bit of a Xerath pick for Frozen. We'll see what else gets banned out here, as it is KT's turn, and there's a wise ban, I think, getting rid of that Lysandra for both sides.
I am considering their options. Gnar is still available.
Yeah.
Lilac did have a lot of trouble in lane versus the Gnar.
Someday did win the Azubu Superplay Award with his Gnar play. I believe that was last week, or was that the week before? Last week, I think.
Last week.
Yeah. And there's a Lulu ban. Okay, so Gnar is available. Will KT first pick it? A couple other options as well. Kassadin also still up.
I don't know about this, prioritizing the Kassadin over the Gnar, which KT has seen so much success with, but...
Well, it opens the Narvin combo for IM, of course.
Yeah, but you're probably not going to take that when Janna is still up as well, and KT can sort of counter-pick that team fight option.
Sure.
Probably should just take Gnar Janna here, actually. See what they decide to do, however. Got that Corky priority, too. It'll be interesting to see what Incredible Miracle wants to play. Yeah. Probably not going to be a Rise. Oh, man, if they pick Rumble right now.
Lilac's Rumble has not exactly been the most stellar pickup for him. Well, Malphite would be interesting, but I don't think we're going to see that.
I mean, if they take Rumble, they pretty much be asking for it. Either way, they're going to have a very tough time in lane, whether it's against the Kassadin or whether the Gnar was actually finalized as the lock-in. So, bit surprised, so they wouldn't take the Janna away right here, but they're going to test their luck. So Gnar and Jarvan will come in from Incredible Miracle.
You know, we talked a little bit about Lux before, and Frozen also one of the only players, I would say, in Korea right now who might pull that out.
You're not going to pull it out versus a Kassadin. That's a surefire way to...
Wouldn't it be cool, though?
Get rocked in the late game.
What if it's a top Kassadin? I suppose it wouldn't matter in the late game, would it?
You basically would just have no protection, no movement. Would be highly problematic. So Lee Sin, Janna will be the draft. Not too surprising there. Not showing their hand. They want to see at least another lane before they take their last round of the draft.
I think we're going to see a lot of Kalista in the next few weeks.
I'm actually surprised we didn't see her sooner.
Well, Korea kind of defaulting back to the very safe Korea, not wanting to take those early champions or newer champions too soon. And Ezreal, Tristana, some pretty good late game damage and some pretty safe mid laning. Ooh, but Frozen may just go with that blind pick Xerath.
Yeah, I like the Sivir better here for the engage. Allows Frozen a little bit more flexibility in terms of kiting and dodging in the backline as well, so that he can get away from this Kassadin. Still dangerous to pick up, though. Kassadin does have a good lane against Xerath. Can bulk out that low HP champion with some ease. Sivir in the draft for Incredible Miracle. Arrow, of course, hovering over his beloved Draven. Don't think that's going to come into play this time around, nor do I believe that Jinx would be the best pickup. You need something a bit more mobile against the Gnar Jarvan combination.
Sion, please. Yes, my favorite champion to watch right now.
He's a
so
bit
entertaining.
is a bit dicey against the Jarvan, though. You can block a lot with that Cataclysm.
Big rivalry matchup. Did you know that Sion's lower jaw is actually the crown of Jarvan the First? I'm not making this up.
You are making this up.
I am not making this up.
I don't even know what's real. You know what,
I am not making this up.
We could have a contest where you just, like, you could do, is this real League of Legends lore? And I literally wouldn't know.
I know.
Draven.
Oh, it's Draven.
Okay.
Welcome to the League of Draven.
Arrow saw Crystal from Snake playing this in China. And
I guess so.
wants to take back his King Draven crown.
Hey, it worked for Crystal, so why not?
Crystal also had a Nunu, 15 kills, and a Nunu with a Crucible, so he had double Crucible to help him survive.
I think that's a very important thing to note, yes. The Nunu does help out quite a bit. The Crucible as well. So will it be an Annie? Would not be a bad pickup. Tarek.
Thresh should be fine enough with
Yeah. There we go.
the Draven. Have a little bit more tankiness than the Annie, because you can get sort of like one-shot by Draven if you screw up with an Annie. A little bit more
True.
room to make mistakes with a Thresh.
Wow, well this game really has everything, doesn't it? Frozen Xerath, some days Sion, Arrows Draven. Ogneon Kassadin. It's going to be fun.
Bit of a risk here.
Yep.
Draven really has to get going early and start picking up kills, or else he will be far less useful than this Sivir in the late game.
Yeah.
But Arrow is a player who loves that Draven, always has, and has put up some huge games on that champion, so you can't count him out.
Yep.
Especially with Janna. I mean, that's just disgusting amount of trade damage. The extra attack damage from the shield.
I know.
So Sunstar and Tucson really have to avoid this lane if at all possible.
We've seen Arrow like 1v4 people on Draven and get like 3 or 4 kills. It's crazy what this guy can do if he gets rolling. We'll see if he can do it. Game is loading up now. KT versus Incredible Miracle. And will Jarvan take back that crown from Sion? Put it up on the shelf at home. Bring a great granddaddy's crown home again.
I still don't know if you're trolling me or not.
I am totally telling the truth. Here we go, guys. Game 1, KT versus IM. Let's get in the game. All right, here we go. Spam. You know why we see that so much? Because Koreans actually really love spam. It's everywhere here. I'm not kidding, man. Like, everybody eats spam here.
Yes.
I'm from Minnesota, and we don't even eat that much spam. Spam is from Minnesota.
They actually have like gift boxes of spam that people give each other. It's
It's
really
yeah.
one of those unfortunate things that America did to Korea. Brought it over during the Korean War, and then
Sorry about that.
The spam craze continued. Yes, I'd like to formally apologize to the Korean people for inflicting spam upon them.
President Obama was like, thanks, Monty. I didn't want to have to do that. I appreciate it. That was my terrible President Obama impression, ladies and gentlemen.
It was pretty bad. He had like a Texan accent.
I don't know what I'm
doing.
doing. Mr. President, if you're watching Champions right now, I'm so sorry. Score. Ooh. Taking a bit of damage early on, and Lilac and Someday trading a bit in the top lane too.
See if Sunstar wants to get into this lane or not. They couldn't get very deep wards in due to Score, and Someday playing back
That
in
is
their
not
own
natural.
jungle. Someday
Spam. Someday loves spam.
using the force on his axe right there.
That's right. It's like he's hung upside down in a Wampa cave. Has to use the force to get that axe to cut his feet free just in time to fight off that Wampa, you know? And then he's going to run outside and get frostbite. But luckily for him, Han Solo comes along, puts him inside the Tauntaun, and then by morning, Wedge Antilles finds him, and everything's okay.
Puts him inside the Baron.
Yeah, I mean, someday, spends a little bit of time in the back to tank later, he's good to go.
Cuts open Sejuani's boar.
That's right. I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
All right, well, Tucson and Sunstar are fiddling around in the top side of the jungle, or bottom side of the jungle, rather, so they're not going to be here quite on time for this wave. Arrow misses CS right there. Catch some axes, though, and actually, Tucson and Sunstar will find themselves at a bit of a CS advantage and a level 2 advantage.
Nice.
So, Ricochet doing some work early on.
Yeah.
Nagne playing back a little bit against Frozen.
I would too.
Now, typically when we see the Kassadin Xerath matchup, just because Nagne is able to poke very hard with his Q and then absorb the Q coming in.
Ooh, wow, that was really close to arrow.
Yeah, from the Xerath, combined with the fact that they start Flask, you usually see over time the Kassadin able to push the Xerath out of the lane.
Yeah.
We'll see if it goes that way this time around.
Scion Walker.
That's him.
That's right. Who's his father, though? That's the real question.
Swain?
Is he?
No, I don't know. See, this is the thing. We could just totally
know.
troll all day about lore.
Swain
We
is
really should just start
not
it.
Scion's father.
We really should just start a show, Doa, where like is it real lore or not? And you
It's
just
like-
ask me, and I will just stand there and look confused and slightly disgusted.
It's like that game where you have like a really obscure word in English and everyone invents a definition, and like whoever gets more people to think it's right gets points. I love that game. You could do that with League of Legends lore. That'd be actually really fun. All right, community, make it. I'll play it. Play it on stream. Not this stream, but a different stream. Well. Yeah, and I mean, Arrow, we saw his win rate when the stats came up a little bit ago, and it didn't look that stellar, but those of you who have been watching the Korean scene for a while know what Arrow is capable of on Draven, despite his recent results, so
Well,
it could still be an exciting game.
I mean, what KT needs is somebody to carry them, and even if he doesn't win this game, I would at least say it's a step in the right direction, that they're looking for a big game and to start a snowball early on. Score going to pick up the Rift Scuttler. Wisdom not finding it, but does get out of there before Score gets eyes on him. Instead, a ward going down. Wisdom going to double back. Oh, he got confused.
Well,
Not going to clear that one out, but he'll have some idea.
Frozen.
Vulnerable.
Yep, flash, there we go. Nice dodge on the skill shot there. Has to burn the summoner, but at least he does not give up that first blood quite yet. And someday, ooh, taking a lot of damage from this Lilac.
Yeah,
Lilac looking for some, I think, some redemption too after the beating he took from Duke in his last match.
well, fortunately, he does have a nice matchup
Yeah.
to play into, so should be in too big of trouble. And KT, their bottom lane already falling about 10 behind in terms of CS, so Sansar and Tucson able to turn on the heat early in this game and prevent Arrow from bullying them out of lane.
Can be a little bit risky with Draven against Thresh too, because if you're an attentive Thresh, you can kind of see where the axe is going to go and then toss that death sentence out there, I believe.
Yeah, it does
Yep.
make it a bit of a mind game
It's fun stuff.
in that lane if you want to land some skill shots and bait the Draven in there. So we're looking for something up here on top, but doesn't see an angle quite yet. Lilac does get slowed up. Looks like Score taking another route the long way around, thinking there aren't any wards up there. Wisdom forward on this one. Score walking through try. If Wisdom sees that Score is up here, he's probably just going to all in.
I think Lilac is level 6 now, bounces off of Score, not even needing to use that flash.
Wow, and actually Wisdom playing this one rather cool.
Oh, here we go. Oh, they get the flash out of Chani right away. Arrow has to burn his as well. They've got a couple summoners left. But that is a nice gank for Wisdom. They don't need kills, they just need those summoners.
Yeah, 2 flashes down. That
Yep.
means that Wisdom's going to get 6, can revisit this lane, and there will be 0 escape for Arrow and Hachani. This is a really great timing for Wisdom. If he wants to follow it up with another play later on, he will have that opportunity 100%.
Well, this really does slow down Arrow as well, too, which is going to be one of the major things that Incredible Miracle needs to do this game.
Well, it also changes the dynamic of the junglers entirely, because now Score has to be there and anticipating a counter gank.
Yeah, and I am wisely taking this first dragon after forcing Arrow and Hachani back. Meanwhile, Frozen pushed up the mid lane, and so this should be a pretty easy dragon for I am to take. It will be. There you go. So first dragon of the game goes to Incredible Miracle.
No No smite right there, so it was a little bit more dangerous than usual, but Nagne had just hit 6.
Yeah, they had time.
So he hasn't really powered up yet at all. In fact, just getting that Catalyst, trying to farm this one out as best he can.
Yeah, the nice thing for Nagne is that at least he will be able to catch up in CS while Frozen is back after that Dragon, but Frozen's going to come back into lane with almost an Athene's. So going for a little bit different build path than we saw from GBM in both of the last games.
Morel Namakani.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad.
So
never mind, going for the same path as the second game.
As the second game, but
yeah.
a little bit veering it up a bit. Now Lilac going for that Hex Drinker. First match, it was just straight up tank. So he wants to put down some harassment early and getting the Hex Drinker just so he can block some of the damage from Sion's E, which is his main trading tool in the laning phase.
Yep. You know the name of that minion right there? The red buff camp?
The red Brambleback?
You got it.
I do know that.
Good job.
He's got a back full of brambles.
Yep.
Sounds painful.
Back full of buff.
Probably should remove those nasty thorns.
Well, they're growing out of him, though. It's kind of bad for whoever tries to punch him in the back.
Lee Sin, Fists of Steel.
That's right. Bramble Fist. That sounds like something I should name my next dwarf in Dungeons & Dragons or something. Bolthar Bramble Fist. Sounds good.
You should just be a monk that wraps
Yeah. Oh, that's such a good idea.
Around his fists. There you go.
It's a great idea.
Primitive. It's like Stone Age brass knuckles.
I thought you said he should wrap thorns around his fist for a second. I'm like, well, he'd make people feel really bad, I guess, but let's see how I can hurt him other than verbally.
All right. Well, gank in the bottom lane. So this is what I was talking about. Now the Cataclysm is up, and the flashes are still down. That's where Score is going. He's trying to get the counter gank because Wisdom wants this really badly. This is very predictable.
Can Score counter, though? He's at the Krugs right now, and Wisdom is in lane.
2 pink wards. They want this so badly. It's ridiculous. And who can blame them? If they shut Draven down now, they'll kill a lot of his Adoration stacks and make his life extremely difficult. Sunstar, Wisdom, and Tucson actually making a move up into the jungle. Tucson and Wisdom are roaming once again together.
They are. They're back.
On a deep ward mission, a deep ward odyssey, if you will.
Get themselves some justice. Meanwhile, Sunstar just still able to farm in that bot lane.
Score wants to get in here and take advantage of the fact that Sunstar is somewhat vulnerable.
It's a good thing to take note of, too. When you see a pink ward in the lower brush like that.
Oh, they saw him.
Well. I was going to say, when you... Oh, wow, he's still walking up. Did he actually miss it?
It was just a flash. Sunstar maybe
I don't think he saw him.
He may be trying to bait out the Q, actually.
Maybe. I don't know. Here he goes. Kicks Sunstar, gets the wall, gets the lantern, though, on the way out. Sunstar is going to be okay. If he saw him or he didn't see him, either way, things are working out just fine.
Score using his flash right there to get that kickoff as well. So a bit of a waste, both on the ultimate and on the summoner. Neither team really able to do much this game, but KT still vulnerable for a short amount of time, about 30 seconds until Arrow's flash came up. But at the very least right there, Score is able to deter his bottom lane from dying. He was in the right place at the right time.
True. I was going to mention, too, if you're playing and you see a pink ward in the lower brush, it probably means they're going to try a lane gank. It's a good thing to keep in mind in solo queue.
Or you can mind game them into thinking the lane gank is coming, but it never does. And then your jungler ganks another lane.
Well, some people just get frustrated with you killing their wards with an early sweeping lens. They just put one down there like, all right, guess I'll just take this one out too. Sure.
Support stories.
Support stories, that's right. The tales of support.
Is that what your
support
memoir
tales
is going to be called? Support stories. A tale of one.
It's just going to be called
Players Support.
I supported the Eric quote Doa quote Lonquist story. I support. There you go. I comma support. Perfect.
No mention of bloodthirstiness in the title whatsoever.
Nope. That's right, because everyone knows it's just implied. It's me.
All right. It's become a very familiar part of IM games, Wisdom and Tucson sitting in a brush together.
Yep.
But since it has become such a common facet of their gameplay, most teams starting to realize to not walk near those brushes.
I mean, they see Tucson disappear and they're like, gee, I wonder what's going on, I am.
But look at this again. I mean, you really have to credit Incredible Miracle. Their vision in the laning phase has been outstanding.
It is quite good.
So far this season. Again tonight, getting all the information they need in order to deal with score. And Arrow and Hachani do clear out the double pick boards. Those won't really be needed anymore anyway.
Yeah.
The flash is back up. A lot harder to pull off the gank right now. Nagde continuing to farm quite well and getting nice and early Rod of Ages here.
Dragging up in 20 seconds. We'll see if IM can take their second one. Lilac just clearing out that pink ward in the meantime. Doing a bit of poke onto Someday.
Someday already with the Frozen Heart, though. Typically the item that we see Scion players go for first.
Yeah.
And that's going to make a big difference when it comes to Sonstar. Bloodthirster finished for Arrow already, so he's going for the early power spike here.
Yep.
Not getting the Infinity Edge. He wants to trade very aggressively with a bunch of shields.
I think it's really good if they want to try to contest this dragon right now. Infinity Edge, though, picked up by Sonstar. Oh boy. Was not expecting that to be done.
I was not expecting it to be done that early either, but Sonstar has hit nearly every CS so far this game. So this Draven really not phasing Sonstar whatsoever, still playing up in the lane and not really being challenged for his creep score. I mean,
I guess so.
Pretty impressive right there, so he will get that a tad bit early as well.
Waiting for the blue buff. There it is. Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Give me your buff.
Prepare to die.
Prepare to die. That's right. It's a rough life, being a jungle camp on Summoner's Rift.
Pretty much a rough life for everybody in Summoner's Rift.
Yeah, well, Nagne, ooh, rough life for him as he gets poked by Frozen. And I am just trying to maintain a bit of vision while they set up for that dragon. KT, though, has the positioning at the moment, though.
There are a lot of Adoration stacks right now. This could be absolutely huge if Draven picks up a kill. You really...
Oh, Draven gets grabbed right into the box. There's a flay as well.
Score is here.
Score is here. Wisdom is here as well, though. A lot of damage onto Arrow. Can they get the kill? No. Oh, ult from Draven, not really connecting with anyone. This may give IM the dragon, though. Arrow healing up pretty fast with that Bloodthirster, though.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that he can't afford to do moves like that just because he is able to sustain a little bit better in the laning phase. Now, Sonstar didn't take any damage, but Arrow already topped back up. No real mana on the Draven, though. And that was a very safe play from KT. Good idea. You need to protect those stacks. You have to cash in the Adoration from the laning phase because it's just
at the moment.
Such a huge amount of gold.
Yeah. Well, here we go. I am still clearing out some of that vision. And they're going to use that scrying orb just to kind of check things out. Oh, KT coming in. Misses the Q onto Tucson, though.
Said Arrow will go ahead and get some hits down onto the pink ward. Not quite enough to take it out. Score.
Oh, Score in a little bit of trouble. He kicks Wisdom over the wall. Wisdom with the Mechanicals and knocks him up. What a play from Wisdom. Wow, teleport coming down from Lilac. They're going to try to secure this. Tucson in trouble. Someday already used that ult. Didn't really get a lot of stuns with it. Hachani pushing people away. But that's not going to help KT get this dragon. It is going to go to IM. They'll pick up their second one.
Yeah, nobody able to finish it off right there. You can see how desperate KT is getting to get stacks onto Arrow. They need him to get that kill to start snowballing. But a nice denial there from Incredible Miracle. Kicked over the wall, but Arrow not quite close enough to get the damage down.
I want to see a replay of that play that Wisdom did after getting kicked over the wall by Score. He was able to come right back in and knock Score up before he was able to do enough damage to finish him off. That was pretty good jungle dueling there.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
But all the same, Incredible Miracle gets their second dragon and a kill off of that, so they're beginning to pull away in this one. Now, that said, Incredible Miracle still has a rough time in the late game against the Kassadin. Nagne, I think the big hope right now, but again, all it takes is that one kill on Draven, and things could start to get pretty dicey. He gets a
just dice.
Yeah, or just dice. If he gets that big item advantage, it can be absolutely huge. But Sonstar has done a great job handling a tough situation. Someday now going for the Randuins as a second item. Not too worried about the AP. Frozen, it would appear.
Yeah.
Maybe a mistake. Frozen's been pretty much free farming this game.
Lilac has been poked out quite a bit this game by Someday, but you're not really going to be doing a lot of damage to him at this point from the Nars standpoint. He's trying to CS and get some items, and he's kept up relatively well in CS.
It's been very quiet. Only one kill heading into 18 minutes. Very prolonged laning phase. All of our towers still up.
Crazy.
Just been about those dragons. An incredible miracle getting both.
They want to go for the game length record now. We were about a minute away last time.
Really, I think closer to 30 seconds, really. It was very, very close match. We saw earlier tonight between CJ and Jin Air.
It was pretty awesome. And so, Frozen understandably with a little bit of a CS edge, but Nagne keeping up quite well as well. And now, where will IM go? Ooh.
Wow, actually Someday managing to push down that tower.
Yeah, he has won that lane pretty hard.
Yeah.
Lilac coming in.
Ever since he got that Glacial Shroud, he's been trading very favorably with Lilac so far, and
that'll happen.
Clearing out the minion wave in an efficient manner. Tucson trying to get an angle. Draven getting back immediately. Wisdom wanting to find a way into the jungle from back. Wisdom might actually get caught out right here. He's going to get collapsed on, actually.
He might be in
has
trouble.
to go over the wall.
Oh, but Score is still there. Wisdom trying to make a run for it. Cataclysm. Oh, nearly gets out on the Lantern. Gets pushed off of it by Achani, but manages to still go the right direction.
Achani tried to make the play right there to get him out, but was pushed just far enough out of reach. And again, Arrow can't finish off the kill as Lilac destroys a helicopter.
That'll happen. Delicious.
I didn't even know there were helicopters in Runeterra.
Hey, maybe the Ordals made them?
No.
Well, of course there are. Corki rides around in one.
Nope. He only rides around in it barely off the ground. There is no helicopter that flies that high in Summoner's
Nara
Rift.
keeps eating him, man. If he'd stop, Corki could actually get some height.
I suppose that's the danger. Perhaps that is why the helicopters don't go too far off the ground. If you go too high, dinosaurs devour you.
It all makes sense now. I see. Yeah. Corki does not want to get too far off the ground. A little bit too dangerous when there's people like Meganar around. I can understand that. All right. Okay. It all makes sense now. Corki is terrible playing, not so terrible after all.
Wow. They're just, I mean, this Draven is just a time bomb. They have to figure out a way to kill him.
Operation Get Draven.
You really, really need it at this point. It's going to be pretty ridiculous.
Wisdom and Tucson. There's a warrant out for Draven's arrest. They're gonna get it.
I don't know if they are. They're not actually trying very hard to take out the Draven at the moment. Whoa.
Oh. It's all about the subtle approach, you know. It can't be entrapment.
Well, Thresh disagrees. He loves to entrap people in the box.
He wants to put them in the box. That's right. That's true. Never mind.
I think it very well could be entrapment.
All right. Well, dragging up in a minute, so whatever.
All right. Well, we do see Someday coming down for this one. They're trying to set up early. They don't want to give away the third one in a row. That would put them in a very awkward position come the late game.
Yeah, well, mid lane turret's gonna get taken out by KT, it looks like. Or will it? No, they're coming in. Mininar on the scene. Someday, taking some damage. He's gonna ult away. He bravely ran away.
Wow, that was a bit of a surprise. I didn't think Someday was in a great deal of peril right there.
No, I didn't think so
now
either.
They're not going to have an engage coming up at the very start of this dragon fight, even though that Sion ult is...
ult coming in. Can they get Achani? Not quite. The safeguard saves him. Or, yeah, it does. Okay, that was a jerk going down. Nar, Lilac getting that one, and now IM rotating over to this dragon. Achani has to go back, and so this dragon could go to IM. It would be their third.
Frozen with the great accuracy on that one. You can see he's just been farming this whole game, already has the death cap.
He's a good Xerath. Lilac nearly Mega Gnar again, too. This should make it very safe for IM to take this. Lilac, he's going to become Mega Gnar right now. There we go. Score gets grabbed by the death sentence. He's going to come in to try to smite Dragon away. He does not do it. It's going to go to IM again. A great Gnar ultimate. And now Sonstar is going to come in and start tearing people apart. They got Arrow. Operation Get Arrow was a success.
That is huge. That was really KT's best way to get back into this game. And they lost the Dragon. Score tried to be a hero again, coming in, attempting to pick it off. But even though Wisdom didn't use Smite, he barely missed it on the Smite. And it was taken by Frozen instead. If you take a look at this, gets grabbed, still has the Q down, does get into the pit. Now look at this. 8 HP.
Wow.
Score nearly taking it away. Instead, Lilac flashes in. Arrow will go down in the front line, and then Hachani barely escaping through the use of Monsoon. So Incredible Miracle and a commanding lead at this point.
Someday was pretty consistently bounced around in that fight too and didn't really get a chance to do anything either. Didn't have his ult too, remember. He used it to get away from that relatively undangerous situation in mid.
And then we saw Hachani get poked out. So
yeah.
Really a rough time, but IM playing around these objectives significantly better right now, and KT just not finding the Draven snowball that they need in order to win.
Well, it's about that time in the game where KT starts to kind of crumble a bit.
Well, they really haven't done much this entire game so far. They've been playing a very reactionary style based on Wisdom's ganks that limited Score's options if he didn't want his bot lane to just straight up die to a Cataclysm. So it's been a bit rough. KT just hasn't had any pressure all game.
Yep.
Score will be found out at the Gromp. IM just starting to get wards absolutely everywhere.
Well, Nagne goes in onto Frozen. Frozen in a lot of trouble here. He has that heal. He uses it. Manages to get away, running towards Tucson.
Wow. I mean, Nagne got scared right there, but he actually could have killed him.
I think so, yeah.
But he didn't have enough information about where the rest of the members of IM are, so he makes the smart decision instead.
Yeah.
But it does cost him a kill. And when you're in this situation, sometimes you have to start taking risks, Doa.
Yeah. Wisdom, how does this keep happening? Could be in a little bit of trouble. Can he get over the wall? He has no flash. There's a knock-up. And there's a lantern. He barely makes it out. Oh, ultimate.
Someday coming in.
Right into the box. He goes through it. Runs into the wall, though, actually. Sonstar jumped on my Nagne now. They're going to turn around, and Nagne has to ult away.
I don't know why you would use the box right there. You can't CC Sion.
I know.
It's a really bad decision from Tucson. A bit of a waste, considering, especially if you're hoping that there's going to be people following up. Well, those panes in the box are already going to be destroyed. So.
But if he doesn't know that he can't get CC'd by the box.
Ah, the mind games.
Reverse psychology. That's right. Brilliant. He ran into the wall anyway, so.
It was a damage box.
Damage box, right. It's a zoning box. Blue buff taken by KT Rolster. And they will get the Rift Scuttler as well. Hachani adding the damage on with Whirlwind there. Got to burst down that Rift Scuttler.
The Arrow and Nagne just impotent this game compared to their lane opponents, Frozen and Sonstar, just doing so much more in this game. They're trying to farm those stacks back up right now.
Yep.
So he can get that big payout. But, I mean, at this stage, he's behind in CS, and really, to be successful on Draven, you have to be like a core item ahead of your opponent.
Yeah. And playing Draven is a risk. Why, Sion? Oh, never mind. Stop by the Cataclysm. Can they get him? He's going to turn around someday with no flash right now. The turret's still up. Can IM, Sonstar, Wisdom, they're going to let him go. Not enough vision in that upper jungle.
Well, everybody, moving up into the top side right there. They see the Cassidon going out, so they don't want to dive it.
Tucson's not done yet. There we go.
Gets hooked one more time, will take out the ward, but they don't want to commit too much of this. Smart play from Incredible Miracle.
Agent Wisdom, you're getting way out of line.
It's not out of line so much. I think there was a great stop onto the Sion ultimate coming in.
Sure.
Very entertaining at the very least.
Yep. Put him in the Cataclysm. Lilac's starting to get a lot of items on this Gnar. Warmogs, he's got a chain vest on top of it.
The Wisdom holding room where he interviews you with his spear.
That's right. That doesn't sound like a very good interview.
Depends on what kind of information you're trying to get, though.
Yeah, unless it's just like an interview to see how well you can use a spear. He's like, you know what I always really don't like about, or didn't like about interviews back in the day is like the questions like, if you were in a situation where you had to think creatively, how did you do it? It's like, oh, I'm so tired of those questions. Ask me a question about the job.
The question, the only appropriate answer is to tell the interviewer that they're in that situation right now.
Exactly.
To get a creative question going for you instead.
Yeah. Tell me about the time you
just
interviewed
turn it
someone
around
and asked
on
a real
them.
question. Well, you see, my weaknesses are also my greatest strengths. Things never to say in an interview. See, we're helping people out, you know? Yeah.
Well, Sonstar, once again, taking up a position right outside of that dragon. This could be number 4 already. KT has just done nothing pretty much this entire
score
game.
is grabbed. Tucson's like, come on.
Take the lantern
Don't you
score.
wish you could grab the lantern?
The lantern taunt. The lantern mockery.
Yep.
KT looking for something right here. Lilac not going to have the best transformation timing, but does have his teleport up. Still going to try and press this forward. Put some urgency on protecting the tier 1 up in the top lane for KT. And IM, great position, already there with the speed shrine.
Yep. So here comes KT. They want this dragon, they want it bad, and Frozen's going to be able to poke. That dragon's going down extremely quickly, though. Looks like KT may get it. Tucson coming in, there's the box as well. Dragon does go over to KT. Oh, Zhonya's used early by Nagne. He's going to be in a bit of trouble. Meanwhile, Arrow going after Lilac in the back, doing a lot of damage. KT trying to make retreat. There's a flash play. Score in trouble. They'll take him out. Sonstar with the kill there. Ultimate for Frozen. He won't be able to quite poke Arrow out, but look at this. Tucson's going to bring some people in. What a death sentence onto Arrow. They'll burst him down. Frozen with a kill. Lilac, Mega Gnar suddenly. And can they finish it off? Will they get the ace onto Someday? You bet they will. And IM, they could just turn right for this Baron, I think, at this point.
Yeah, they absolutely can.
Wow.
They've got Lilac. He's tanky enough to deal with this. Tucson.
What a team fight.
Catching Arrow after the flash with the death sentence. And so there's no escape at all. Tucson, 100% kill contribution rate so far. Another outstanding game. And really, you know, for me, Noah, Tucson has been vastly more successful on this Thresh than he has been on other champions.
You're right, you know.
And if we look at this coming in again, sure, they got the dragon, but Nagne is all bottled up in the back line. He's going to get blown up immediately, tries to rift walk out, gets corralled inside the pit by the Cataclysm. Tucson, flash, play, flash from Wisdom into the flag and drag. Tucson coming in again, coming around the side. Now look at this, lantern play, hook predict, onto Arrow. A little bit lucky, I think, but did manage to snag him in the end. And that is the cleanup from Incredible Miracle, and that was 100% enabled by Tucson's. Very nice Thresh play in that fight.
Yeah, and Mega Gnar coming in just at the right time at the end there, too. 7 kills to 0 right now in favor of Incredible Miracle. They've gotten 3 dragons. So KT, I suppose the small silver lining to that is that they aren't on that 4-dragon bubble now for their opponents.
Well, but there's also this Baron buff coming in for Incredible Miracle. The big pushes, of course, fan of Frozen right there. And, you know, KT, they just don't make plays. It feels, watching KT right now feels like watching Score run around trying to do triage on his lanes and just prevent them from dying, but nobody steps up and actually does anything. So by the time these dragon fights come around, sure, they managed to get it, but they lost Baron and got ace for it. I mean, hardly worth it at all. KT over-investing on that dragon, but what else are they supposed to do? I mean, they dig themselves into such a hole that their choice is either all in like that or they give up a 4th dragon.
It's really
at
hard
30
to,
minutes.
It's really hard to all in like that too when you don't have any big playmakers as well. You know, again, we've said it before. It's like a team made entirely of support players. You know, and I'm not talking about the support role in its most literal term in League of Legends. I'm just saying a supporting role, and that these are the guys that are good with a flashy player. They aren't the flashy players themselves.
And we know they are, too, because we've seen
Yeah.
it. Someday was very good last season on the KT Arrows. He won Champions.
Yeah, but that was with Kakao and Rookie on the team.
Yeah, there's just something missing.
I think it's Kakao and Rookie. I'm pretty sure that's what's missing.
Haven't been able to pull out much of anything. Lilac continuing to duel with Someday up in the top side. Pretty uneventful. They're just trying to let this Baron-powered cannon minion go after the turret. Finally, they will find some autos.
Easy.
To take it down. Dar moving over into the mid lane right now. They want to make this Baron do as much work as possible for them. Still no real way to eliminate this cannon minion. That's what IAM's got going for them.
Yeah.
Constant pressure, constant damage. And they're just going to go for the outers. I think this is a good idea.
Oh, a bit crazy here. Someday going in on Lilac for the moment, but he got the Lantern out, and yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, there's no rush here. They're way ahead. Just take the turrets you can, play it safely.
All right,
Here's
no
the
Baron
Scion
buff.
out coming in. They're trying to get Sunstar. Oh,
Spell
Someday.
shielded.
That's right. Ran right into that spell shield, and now into the box. There's the Cataclysm. Nagne again with that early Zonius. Tries to get out. A kill coming in for Tucson. IM has to back up for a moment, but look at that ult from Achani. Pushes people away, but it's not enough.
Well,
IM.
Arrow.
Oh, he got score again, and that is going to be a deadly sin. Wow.
IM really looking a lot better than they used to. It's true.
Yeah.
Their team fighting has improved a lot. Lilac not having that off match like he did against Najin, and
They're starting to look like they're kind of on a bit of an upswing.
yeah, really bouncing back nicely after a tough loss
Yeah.
versus Najin.
I mean, look good versus Jin Air. Tough loss versus Najin. Now, again, back against KT.
Tucson's having an outstanding game. And
Oh, yeah.
I said this too. Just ban the Thresh against him because it. Oh my!
Spell shield ball.
Jeez, Sunstar just baiting that one to completion, and then no way to get through the Cataclysm in the front line. Frozen, easily able to put out damage right from the back.
Wow,
And
Lilac
then
with the flash of the wall into the ult. Jeez.
Yeah, there's the Monsoon used, but it also means that Chani has to flash out just to get away.
Yep.
And then at the end, look at the hook into the Xerath stun. Too easy, really, for Incredible Miracle right
Yeah.
there. They're so far in the lead.
Well, Tucson, 208 on that Thresh. He is, talk about a playmaker. That is the type of player. How Tucson is playing this game, that is the type of player that KT needs.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And that Thresh, probably one of the best Thresh players we've seen so far this season. Not afraid to go in and really be aggressive.
That is 4th Dragon now for Incredible Miracle. And now things, if they weren't scary enough already, are pretty much downright terrifying. It's 11,000 gold lead now for IM.
Tucson is building Zerat Portal right now. Let's see if he
sick,
actually
you're right.
finishes it.
He's got the Raptor cloak and the Negatron cloak.
Okay, well,
Why not? Styling a bit.
I think he is styling a bit
Yeah,
at this point, but
for sure.
they're so far in the lead, it doesn't really matter.
I want to see this thing.
I wonder if he's actually going to be able to finish it before the game ends.
Yeah, I don't know. But, well, it depends. Baron up in a minute. If IM can take the Baron and then just push in for the win, then we probably aren't going to see it. But
If IM takes Baron and then uses split push Thresh with Zerat Portal to win, that is like ultimate styling right there.
I know, right? He just like sells his items and just buys AD at this point. Wow, the poke from Frozen is so scary. There's a box just protecting people. Nagne taken out. Yet again, the Cataclysm traps Arrow. Here comes the ult now for Frozen. Well, a little bit too long range. They get it dodged, but it doesn't matter. Sunstar and the rest of IM able to take out this inhibitor and bot. That's 2 inhibitors down, only mid remaining. Oh, grab onto Someday. I don't think they want to try to burst him down. Nope. Running away. Wisdom is going to just have to wait for that QE combo.
Wisdom with the
Oh,
GA,
man.
a totally unnecessary item on Jungle Jarvan at this
Yep.
point in the game, but why not?
He's just kind of hanging out in the base. Do I need the lantern? No. No, he doesn't.
Oh, the lantern denied.
Wow.
It's like walking up to somebody and like somebody tries to give you a high five and you just look at their
I
hand.
know.
So lame wisdom.
That's right. Or if like someone from Riot tries to fist bump you and you just grab their fist and shake it as if they offered you their hand. Not that either of us have ever done that. Easy Baron for IM. Nothing that KT can do. Poor Baron.
Poor Baron. Now we can see the recalls. Tucson, Zerat Portal, do it.
Yeah. Make it happen. Tucson, you are my...
No, he's not recalling. There we go. Powered recall
okay.
finally going down right there.
Tucson, you are my Commander Riker, and I
Yes.
am your Jean-Luc Picard. Make it so. And he did. He made it so.
Oh boy, Sivir with Runan's Hurricane. Wow, IM is styling super hard right now. And a
What?
BF
Oh,
sword
there we go,
onto
yeah.
Jarvan. Man, the styling is real this game.
Wow.
Okay. Maybe a bit overconfident for a team that hasn't had the best record so far in Champions,
like
but
it.
they're on an upswing, that's for
Korean
sure.
commentators just noticed Zerat's portal. Oh boy. Time to style. Show us the portal.
All right, here we
Now
go.
you're thinking with portals.
Now you're thinking with portals. It's true. They're waiting for the Runans. Man, this is going to be disgusting amounts of damage.
It's so... Oh, I love it. It's so good. All right, come on. Come on. He wants to make sure the portal's in the base so they see it. There we go.
Here it goes.
There it is. Bring on the Voidlings. Bring on the Voidlings. Somewhere there's a very lonely Malzahar.
Protect the portal.
Oh, yeah, protect the portal. Don't let that Scion get to it. Nagne coming in. He wants to kill the portal. They need to turn on this right away. Arrow trapped in the Cataclysm. He's going to go down. There's a double kill already for Sanstar. Look at all the damage he's putting out. Frozen as well, and Zerat's portal will live to help. Incredible miracle finish this game. There we go. I don't know. They're attacking the dead inhibitor. GG. It doesn't matter anyway. And IM styles their way to a game 1 victory. GG.
We really haven't seen a styling like that all season,
Yeah.
but Incredible Miracle looking very happy, very confident. Easy win for them. KT just, we've seen it before this season. There are certain games where KT just seems to roll over and die without offering any resistance whatsoever.
That was one of them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was right. Exactly what you're talking about right there. Well, now we know if we'll have to watch for that. Zerat's portal in the base. Voidlings attacking the dead inhibitor.
Wow, KT
Not too helpful.
not even getting a single kill that game.
Crazy.
Tried to play the Draven, didn't work out. Sanstar and Tucson played the lane well. Tucson